make even a mass-produced car unique? Well, probably most notable is how the car was optioned from the factory, what options it came with. Or maybe it's the color, maybe it came with a very unique, rare color. Or perhaps it's something like ownership or history or some event it was involved in. Anyway, in terms of Mustang, 1967 Mustangs, they made 474,211 of them. It's hard to be unique, but in fact, this car is unique. Not only does it have an interesting ownership, its first owner, famous car guy, well known in California. In fact, he's known throughout the world now. He was instrumental in starting the West Coast rallies, so he's sort of a pioneer of racing on the West Coast, and hardcore car guy. Very cool. That man's name, Al Moss. Well, in 1967, there was a lot of buzz about the new Mustang. The new Mustang would be the first Mustang ever that you could get a big block 390 in. That's a big deal in the world of Mustang. And Al, who was a performance-minded guy, he had performance running through his blood, went down to his local dealer in Santa Barbara, California, and he ordered the highest performance Mustang you could possibly get. Every performance option that Ford offered on the Mustang, Al ordered. He also ordered some really cool, rare luxury options. Factory air conditioning, power steering, power disc brakes. And another rare option he ordered, maybe my favorite, is this rear grille. Super rare. How rare is it? Okay, out of 474,200 and something Mustangs built in 1967, approximately 1,000 came with the grille that you see right here, the rear grille. That's super rare. That means 99.9% of Mustangs did not come with that grille. I love that. So what are these performance options that Al Moss ordered in this Mustang? Well, they're all listed right here on the Marty report. To start with, he ordered the S-Code, the big block, 390. He ordered the top loader 4-speed transmission. He ordered the limited slip, heavy-duty rear end. He ordered the heavy-duty suspension. He ordered power disc brakes, dual exhaust, tachometer, and maybe something else that I can't remember, but the bottom line is he ordered everything that he could order. The end result is a truly iconic Mustang. Not only is it interesting based on the first owner, who is a significant, historically significant car guy, but the way he optioned it, and look at the condition. It's absolutely stunning. Beautiful body, beautiful condition. So today we're going to go for a ride in Al Moss's candy apple red S-Code 67 Mustang. Let me start it up because I want you to hear the exhaust. Listen to that. I think that sounds great. Very throaty. Well, let's drive it. Okay, before we go on our test drive, I thought everybody would probably like to see this engine bay. It's really a beautiful engine bay. It's very stock in appearance. You know, we've made some modern day upgrades to it. It has modern day distributor and of course modern day air conditioning, modern day heating. And we've added a external oil gauge where you can just kind of keep track of things when you've got the hood open. Power steering, power disc brakes. It's a very full engine bay. It's a big block 390. Ford engineered it so that it would go in here, and go in here it does. Let me start it up. I think I can reach in here and just turn this key. There she goes. So she's smooth as silk. All right, let's drive it. Okay, here we go. We're going to go on our test drive now. It's a beautiful day. The clouds are just gorgeous. I hope our camera picks that up. It's hot out there. I think they say it's going to get to be 95, 97 today, but we've got the windows up and it's not at all hot inside this car. You know, I mentioned earlier that the 67 model year was the first year for the big block, commonly referred to as the S-Code. Ford put that big block in this car because the Pony Wars had started. Camaro and Firebird were coming out, and they were strong competitors for the Mustang, and the Mustang had already won the hearts of so many people, but that was stiff competition coming online, and as it happens, Firebird and Camaro could be optionally ordered with a big block, and so Ford had to respond in kind, and consequently they put the 390 320 horsepower motor in their Mustang, and that's what this is. It's an S-Code 390. A lot of people, or at least some people, think it's the one to have. You know, I like them. You know, the difference is, in stock form anyway, the difference is a 390 between that and a small block. You can tell when you're in a big block. It has more torque, it's got more power, and you know, naturally, cubic inches, it's bottom line. Another first in 67, in addition to being the first year for the big block, was in-dash-air. And in-dash-air, it's just a really attractive setup. You know, before 67, air conditioning was under dash, a single unit under dash, and this was the first year for in-dash-air. And on this particular car, we've updated the factory air. It says a factory air car, but we updated it with modern air, modern heat. And so this system, I've got it on high now. In fact, I'll probably turn it down because it's more than adequate. But this particular system is made by Vintage Air, and that's no small thing. That's a $3,000 upgrade, but at the end of the day, you have on-demand air and on-demand heat, and so you can drive the car year-round, and that's what you want to be able to do, especially here in Texas. I put a little thermometer in here to show you. We just took off. We just started this car, and it's coming out of the vent at 40 degrees. So that's nice. That makes a difference. The interior in a 67 Mustang, take time to look at the pictures of this interior. 67 interior, in my mind, that's a Hall of Fame design. The design elements used in the 67 interior are just a dynamic look. It just gets the senses. Every time I sit in this car, it excites me. Apple red really pops in the sun. I sure hope our camera picks that up. Beautiful color. It's especially pretty in the bright sunshine. You know, this, I mentioned Al Moss, the guy that ordered this car new. One thing that's cool, there's a book about Al Moss. There's actually several books. He authored this one. And in this book, you'll see this very car in the back under Cars I've Owned. And that's just a cool thing. It's documented historically. Very special Mustang, special ordered by a very special car guy who really knew what he wanted. Old cars are so much fun. If you don't have a vintage car, I recommend you get one and add that to your bucket list. They're just a lot of fun. People can relate to them. They're so different from the modern cars, which sort of isolates you from the entire road experience. And these vintage cars, I mean, they are vintage. There's some things that you've got to put up with vintage cars that you don't with new cars, but that's all part of the experience. And it's a great hobby. It's a great investment. I've enjoyed them so much, and my hope is that you do as well, or we'll be able to someday. Thanks for coming along.